if that student has academic background in their home language, an amazing resource is getting them things in that language. I had a newcomer in my 5th grade class. He had been in school in El Salvador since kindergarten. He could read and write in Spanish beautifully. They were reading Hatchet in their class. I got Hatchet in Spanish. That way, what is their end goal? In that moment, I wasn't focusing so much on working on his language acquisition, but thinking about how are you accessing the content that's being taught in the classroom, so you can then combine your language acquisition of having discussions about the book. So breaking down those language barriers so they can access the content the best they can. I also like to have my newcomers, if they can read and write in English fluently, write maybe their papers in their language that they speak and then having that translated. If you're having them have directions, if you can translate those directions for them, and just breaking down any language barriers so they can start accessing the content. That is our biggest goal. All teachers are language teachers. We learn through and with language, and if you can break down those language barriers so they can access language, that is the biggest tip. Explicitly teaching vocabulary to English language learners is super important. Having visuals, contents, word banks, all of it. So resources you could do. I know I'm missing so many of how you can help a newcomer in your classroom. I would say use Google Translate when possible. It's not always super accurate, so just bear in mind that with all languages. My biggest thing is just do not just give them everything in English. Just because they have, the same teacher, the same textbook in English, the same resources in English, does not mean they're getting the same education as every student in the classroom, because language is